TK Pryor coming at you. Hey, what's going on, guys? TK Pryor coming at you. I wanted to touch bases on a video I posted. It clearly defines the paradigm shift that is our financial system of today. And it talks about how to connect other people, and those of us that know how to effectively connect other people are the ones that are financially successful in the 21st century. But the interesting part about the video is that it visually depicts how the average person can't and has yet to and refuses to understand and grasp the concept that the 21st century has already shifted into a new paradigm of existence. And the old paradigm that was created in the 1900s not only doesn't exist, it no longer works. And it's funny because I clearly try to express that in my financial advice and financial direction videos, that the paradigm shift of the 21st century has changed to the point where what used to work doesn't work anymore. And in the age of technology and the age of information, it is the connectors and the people who have the ability to connect others that are financially successful. But to be a successful connector, you have to drop the old paradigm way of doing things. You can't be in employee mode, which is what the old way teaches you to do, and also be a creative thinker and come up with a solution for connecting people or connecting businesses or connecting items. So with the advent of smart everything, we have the Internet of Things, we have smart connectivity where mobile devices have access to the World Wide Web. And then we have the advent of the blockchain and smart contracts and decentralized autonomous organizations and decentralized apps. So our world is evolving further than, and I should say faster than, the average person can comprehend. There are some people who still live in 1944, even though we're on the verge of a new century. So I've always said that your inability to understand a change has nothing to do with whether or not the change is valid or whether or not the change is real. So I used to use the hot plate analogy, saying that if a child touches a hot plate, the innocence of the child doesn't prevent the result after the child touches the plate. So the same concept applies to people who exist in the world today who don't understand that what used to work doesn't work. That in today's financial world, when we say the connectors are the ones rewarded, essentially what you have to implement in your own life, and trust me, everything I say about finances is it boils down to personal decision making, because your individual decisions on a day-to-day basis only affect you and your future. So it doesn't matter if Bill Gates tells you to invest in Apple and you laugh at him. It was your decision to laugh at Bill Gates that affected your financial future. It had nothing to do with what Bill Gates may have told you, what somebody suggested to you. It was always about you, your actions, your decisions. So I want that distinction to be clear, because some people prejudge, egotistically point at other people in terms of their ability to give valid value, when you can learn from a 2-year-old. All of us experience the same things in life. We just experience them at different times. So you and your prejudgment about whether or not another human being has value is narrow-minded and in-the-box type thinking. So to think about a financial decision to adjust your success in the 21st century, you have to include the paradigm shift that has taken place. What is it? It is that the old way doesn't work. What is the old way? Go to school, get a job, become a robot, and then your effectiveness at being a robot, a follower, gets rewarded by the time you put 40 years into that following. That doesn't work anymore, and people refuse to accept that. What has happened is that the age of information has created a interconnected world in which the people who solve the problem of connectivity are the ones that make the most money. They are the Bill Gates of the 21st century. But you have to be in a creative problem-solving mindset in order to even be put in that position, which is why most people fail. And the other important thing about today's economy is that what's the best way to say this? The cycle nature of currency, people don't factor in. Because right now we're at the end of a cycle, we're at the end of a super cycle. And the current monetary system really is changing. And people refuse to accept that. No one believes that the paper money that's been implemented is at the end of a cycle. All right, let's go back before this cycle changed, and let's go to the beginning when the British pound was backed by silver, and it was the primary monetary system within the world. That ended, America took over, and back then we was on a Bretton Woods type system, and we became the world reserve currency. So now our cycle has come to an end, and fiat currency as we know it is in a deflationary spiral. So if you don't move your assets or your holdings out of paper money, you're gonna go down with the whirlwind. And people refuse to accept that. So international diversification outside of paper money is the success factor in the 21st century. And very few people are willing to do that. So those of us who are doing it, or some of us who are doing it, actually encourage others to participate. And that's where I come into the picture. I'm doing this for myself. I have the higher forms of money, gold money, silver money, and cryptocurrency. And I just encourage other people to move paper money into those other three forms of money because of the decentralized nature and the advantageous success that you kind of position yourself in as soon as you make that decision. I always tell people that when you step into higher forms of money, it comes with being your own bank. And that gives you the ownership and pulls you out of the bearer/beneficiary seat. You see, in the beneficiary seat, you are following monetary policy set by the owner. When you step into decentralized currency, now you are the owner. You set your own policy, and you're no longer in the follow mode. So all I can do is make a suggestion. And then how I follow suit is I actually try to show my results as I make milestones in my own progressional steps. So that, if you don't think I'm qualified to give you advice and you don't know a damn thing about gold money, silver money, and cryptocurrency, then at least I can show you, look, this is what I have accomplished. This is a result, something I've already done for myself. And if you wanted to implement the same thing for yourself, then at least you have a roadmap. You can have someone who acts as a coach because they've already done it. But everything is about your personal decisions, and everything is about what you choose to implement in your life. This is what I'm implementing in mine, and I don't have anything to do with you. I don't have anything to do with your decisions. What I'm doing is making suggestions, and I'm making milestones for myself. So I'm a no hype, no fluff type guy. And I said 1,000 times that I can show you what I've done for me, and if that influences you, or if that's how I recruit. So, you decide what's best for you in your life, your future, and your finances. I'm just telling you what I'm doing for me, and maybe I can help somebody, maybe I can't. One way or the other, it doesn't matter, because the strides and milestones that are happening for me in my life is real. So what you do in your life is up to you, and I'll just leave you guys with that. But I wanted to do a video for the people who do follow me. I have like 1,000 followers on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel, Master Wealth Builders. I'm on FutureNet. I mean, you can reach me on all different types of social media, but I really wanted to reach out to you guys to present this in a different way. And what I try to do is present things in a different format, so that the Spanish that you didn't understand the last video, maybe this time the light will go off, and you'll be like, you know what? Let me at least research gold money, silver money, and cryptocurrency. Let me at least look at what benefits come with switching from paper money to alternative currency. And then if you do your own due diligence, you read the perspective as they state in the stock market, maybe you'll come to some conclusions, and you can draw out a comparison list. You can look at the pros and the cons, paper money on one side of the sheet, alternative currency on the other side of the sheet, and then you'll start to maybe draw some correlations and understand how this helps you. From a research standpoint or from a due diligence standpoint, at least that will put you into the rabbit hole and get you thinking. Because again, a lot of people are in the follow me mode, and the better human being you are, the better you follow orders and do what the hell somebody else tells you. When, again, that paradigm has shifted and doesn't work anymore, you're not successful as a follower. You're successfully led down a failure path, because the people who are leading don't have your best interests in mind. The human nature is to look out for self. So if you're following somebody else, they're not looking out